What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Oshin. This is Oshin's View. You already know who I got in the building. Super producer, co-host.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Negro up in here. This week, it's had a lot of... The weather was great this week. That's the crazy thing. The weather was real good. So, didn't have to really wear too many layers or anything. Mm-hmm. You know, got away with a lot of things. Or whatever. Speaking of who didn't get away with things, Remy Ma, wife of Papoose, rapper, Remy Ma of Terror Squad fame, she's rumored to dealing with battle rapper Easy the Black Captain. He's from, I want to say he's from Philly. Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, him and Papoose actually look alike. They favor a lot.
They say he look like a low budget Papoose.
Yes, he's great value, great value Papoose.
Yeah.
And my thing is, this battle rap money, he's gonna have to get his teeth fixed or something. Like,
Yo,
his grill looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying he got to get the Buicks and all the chompers and stuff, but you got to fix that up. But that's not what we hear. So Easy the Black Captain had a match versus Geechee Gotti, who's from he's a Crip from LA. I want to say Compton, something like that.
I don't know.
I'm just guessing, but he talks about game a lot, so I'll be getting Compton vibes out of him. And Geechee pretty much put on blast the alleged rumor of Remy Ma dealing with Easy, the Black Captain. He took a lot of his verse from A-Verb's battle versus Hitman Holla. Like he used that kind of like I'm talking to you from a higher perspective type thing. He mentioned that Papoose and Easy already got into it, and Papoose evidently beat him up.
That's what they say. They say Papoose beat the hell out of that. They say he put him to sleep. Yeah.
That's, niggas be getting that. I don't know what is it with the new age people. Like, people just be getting knocked out and going to sleep at an alarming rate. Now, I ain't going to say people in my generation didn't get knocked out. I didn't see that. Yeah. But it seems like for a generation that fights all the time, every time they fight, somebody gets knocked out. Like, it's never just a good fight. It's just one-sided, you got your ass whooped.
Because I don't think they fight all the time. I think they fight sometime, and most of them don't really know how to fight. You know what I mean? Like, Papoose is not really of this generation.
No, it's definitely not.
Papoose, from what they say, gets down a little bit. You know what I mean?
So, as Geechee Gotti is going at Easy, but by way of Remy, I don't know the verse because it's a battle rap joint. And he pretty much was like, yo, Papoose held you down for 6 years, and this is the bozo you chose to be with. He did this. He ran his mouth. Geechee at the end of the battle said, he told Remy, you should have fucked with me. I wouldn't have said nothing. Like, I thought that was hilarious when he said that shit. But she stood there because Remy Ma is from the battle culture as well. Yeah. So she stood there. She didn't show any signs of emotion, and the internet had a good time with her. Yeah. And, the internet is undefeated. That's what the internet is going to do. Mm-hmm. And she responded gracefully. She was like, well, I didn't take it personal. It's battle rap. Right. She kind of just kept it underneath that umbrella. Right. But at the same time, this is a real life situation going on. And the internet has been chiming in on their feelings on the whole situation. My personal feelings on the situation, I don't know what transpired between Remy Ma and Papoose and their relationship. And it's not my business to know. Like, I shouldn't know. But I'm not going to speculate that he did something or she did something or this is justified, because a lot of people use that word justification at the wrong time. And this is what I mean. You could be dealing with somebody and they can do something and they'll get upset with you because you might have moved a certain way and they don't like it, but they'll tell you something to the effect of, well, if I did this and then you did this, you would have been justified. And my thinking is, I don't have to be justified to react how I react.
Right.
Especially if I'm saying I'm not moving off of emotion.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like that. So it's just like, it doesn't have to be tit for tat, but it's always that, because that's the easiest, lowest hanging fruit that people could use. He cheated, well, I'm cheating. She cheated, so now he got to cheat. You see what I'm saying? Like that. What if, let's just have fun with it, what if the relationship and the marriage just ran its course?
Right. So, but my thing is this. My question is this.
Right.
Because it's a lot of people that's saying like, yo, he held her down while she was locked up. And my question is, because he held her down while she was locked up, do that mean that they have to be locked in forever? That's the question. That's the real question.
The thing is, it was a reversal of misfortune, because I'm not going to say we've never seen it, but this has been a public relationship.
Right.
Normally, crazy saying normally the guy goes to jail.
Yes.
And it's the woman that's left to hold the bag of the kids and quote unquote holding it down. But
yes.
They put out there, she's the one that actually did 6 years. She didn't do like 2 years. She did a stretch.
Right.
6 years, that's because I didn't think she was going to be able to get back into the position that she's in now. I thought it was going to be hard, but quiet as kept. As the longer her bid was going and the way Fat Joe was moving, I was like, okay, she'll be able to come home to something, because he was still moving and shaking and making. And then you add Khaled to the mix, so she had a soft place to land. Should that mean they're locked in forever? The thing we've talked about this before. It's a difference between being faithful and loyal. Because it's a question of faithfulness and loyalty. I don't believe Papoose' loyalty for her has wavered.
Okay.
Because they have kids.
Right.
So that level of loyalty. But if he did step out,
right.
Because the rumor is, because we don't know who he's dealing with or not.
Right.
But the rumor is she's dealing with Easy.
Right.
And I don't know if they have to be locked in forever, but they're a public figure couple, and it can't go off like this.
Right. So, but my thing is, what we dealing with is, and this is just the rumor mill. I don't know nothing about nothing. But what we dealing with is, they're saying that she stepped out, right? Mm-hmm. What if he didn't step out? What if she just stepped out? And that's I guess that's what's looking crazy. They saying like, yo, how could you step out on this man after he held you down for 6 years? I'm saying I know a lot of guys that did that. Not a lot, but a couple that stepped out on a woman after they held them down for some years in jail. I'm not 6, but some years.
In jail.
Yes.
So does holding down, that's the thing. So does holding down only mean separations like jail, or holding down could mean jail? It could mean financially. It could mean emotionally. Now these are the things.
Yeah, but you need you really need that in jail though. Like you need that emotional support. You need financial support. You need all of that in jail. Like, the time is different when you have that, than when you don't have anybody to hold you down. You see what I'm saying? Like, so she had a whole husband out here. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just don't think that any relation is guaranteed. I guess that's my thing. I don't think any relationship is guaranteed. I think it's all a gamble every time. And you bet on y'all, and sometimes you lose, and that's just unfortunate. That's just how I believe. It don't matter if anybody held anybody down. It really doesn't. I think people grow apart. I think sometimes you just can't get back to that thing that made it spark. You know what I mean?
They say Papoose has a $500,000 net worth, which is still a lot more than the average person.
Okay.
So, because the way I looked at it at times was, Papoose, he's a hustler. He's going to make sure he gets some money in his pocket, and he clearly has family to take care of and stuff. It wasn't like she left a super rich dude. You see what I'm saying? Like, while she was in jail. Like, well, as idiotic as that sounds, Jay-Z and Beyonce is not going to jail. They got to murder somebody. Right. You know what I'm saying? And even that's up in the air. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Honestly, the money they got, it's like, well, it was manslaughter. I mean, stay in the match. But I say all that to say, Jay-Z, his money, his wealth, and Beyonce's wealth. So Jay-Z is only holding it down emotionally because, and what I mean by that is, we know money's not an issue at all. Right. Like, nobody's missing any meals. I don't
really think money is an issue for Remy either. Like, because, the guy she's allegedly cheating on, he ain't worth $500,000.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
He's not worth $500,000. She clearly has a type. She clearly has a type. Yeah. And that's what she's into. That's what she's into. She's from the Bronx. So I get it. Or whatever.
You know what I really think though?
Go ahead.
See, because I don't really believe in the internet. So I don't know any of this. But what I really think is they were probably separated already.
Facts.
But I think that Papoose felt some type of way that it was him. Because she was running around this battle rap circuit with this guy. You see what I'm saying? Like, so he probably knew him. You see what I'm saying? You can't mess with my wife after I knew you, even if we not together. You see what I'm saying? And I know you and we kicked it. You see what I'm saying?
Especially if he's mentioned it before and she hit him with the, he's just a battle rap dude. It ain't nothing. You have nothing to be worried about. Yeah. And then turn around. He's exactly who you got to be worried about because Papoose can't ask him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was talking to a young lady the other day, a friend of mine. I said, I don't be going to niggas as men. Like, I'm coming to you like a man. Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not coming to dudes as men.
Come to me, man. I'm just coming to you as a man. That's crazy. That's outrageous, bro.
No, because the crazy thing is, when you say that, when a guy says, I'm coming to you like a man, you're really pleading. And what you're pleading is, please tell me the truth on what I'm about to ask. Because I have no other ways to know if this is truth or not. So, for example, that's like if a chick be on some old, I've had chicks be like, don't tell this guy that I used to mess with you. I'm like, okay, no problem. Brrr, phone ring. Yo, man, I don't got no problem with you. I'm just coming to you as a man. I'm like, oh, here we go. Yo, I just want to know, I deal with her. Did you and her sleep together? I'm like, nah, we ain't do nothing. We ain't do nothing. No, I'm saying, you can tell me. No, I can't. Back in my mind, I'm saying, no, I can't. But what is that going to do for you? You see what I'm saying? Like that, you clearly like this chick. You want to deal with her. Right. So whether I hit it or not shouldn't really affect it. That's why I like that scene in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, where the dude, when he asked him, he was like, he said, you slept with her? He was like, nah, I didn't do it. But she sucked my dick, and
that's my
he was like, but that was in the past.
Yeah, right.
That was in the past. He chunked it. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, that was a real prevalent part. So it's like, they said Papoose put hands on him because I'm cool with him putting hands on him. I'm going to tell you why. It goes back to what you just said. I can't shake your hand. It's certain things, it's greaseball shit. Yeah. There's been dudes that have been dealing with some nice things. And I'm like, damn, shorty, all right. They got eyes.
Right.
And then they want to holler. And I'm like, don't you mess with Duke? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we ain't like that. And some of these chicks get scandalous.
Yeah.
Because they'll come to you and be like, well, he don't really like you like that either. They'll tell you he said some crazy stuff about you. So your reaction could be, a word? Yeah, all right, now I'm going to smack it down. That's never really worked with me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Actually, that makes me be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you want this good loving, but you done talk yourself out of it. You done lost the best thing that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just that or whatever.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm not gonna be a greaseball about stuff. So, we'll see in a few weeks how this unfolds with Pap and Remy. But the only thing I'm gonna tell you, one thing that I hope doesn't happen. After we always talk about rumor this, rumor that. Don't come out later fully like, nah, this was all true. I was dealing with him. Because you could have handled this a lot better. Whether it's, but right now the gauntlet is at Remy because she's the one accused of dealing with. But if she comes out being like, yeah, I was talking with him, I do mess with him. Y'all could have did better than this. You know what I'm saying? How it was put out there.
Well, they was seen together. It was all kind of speculation. And so I don't know if they could have did anything different. But
honesty works.
Yeah, but it's really nobody's business though. It really isn't. Honestly, I hope she don't say nothing. I hope she just do her. You know what I mean? And Pap do him. Like, blessings to both of them. Like, I hope they don't. I just feel like, just because you famous, you don't owe people your whole life. You see what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm a fan of people's art. I don't look at famous people as the end all be all. Like, I'm not looking at you if you do music for your politics or not even your fashion sense, none of that. I just want your art. You see what I'm saying? I want your music. You know what I mean? You don't owe me your life, who you dealing with, who you not dealing with. I mean, it's scandalous. It turn heads. It get clicks. You see what I'm saying? People feed into it. But I don't think she owe anybody an explanation. She can mess with whoever she want to mess with. It is what it is. You know what I mean? That's between her and her husband. You know what I mean? So that's what it is.
I've heard that never mind. Since we talking about spouses, Nicki Minaj and her husband, I want to say Kenneth Petty.
Yeah.
Well, Kenneth Petty was caught on video. Well, he wasn't caught on video because they posted it. They posted it. It was Kenneth Petty and his goons.
His guys.
Street guys, goons, street guys, whatever. His
guys, man. I don't know. I just it's the narrative that they be going with on the internet is crazy. And his goons. Why can't they just be his guys, yo?
There's a difference between having guys and goons.
I understand this, but they didn't seem like goons. They just seemed like niggas talking shit on the video.
Nah, they one dude. First of all, I didn't think they was goons either. They may be some niggas that get down, but it is.
Yeah.
But they were trying to give off that we really can take it this way, but we were trying to chill. But then when he's saying stuff like we outside, we here, we'll do that. Long story short, he threatened Offset. I don't even know what it's about.
Allegedly threatened Offset.
No, he said it.
What'd he say?
He was like, yo, y'all niggas was nowhere to be found. We looking for you.
Who was y'all niggas?
Offset.
He ain't say Offset.
They said Offset.
He said y'all niggas, man. He said y'all niggas.
Well, too late. You can't be this nigga's lawyer. That nigga's got 120 days on house arrest for that.
But yes, they do have it. It's really corny because it's like petty beef between Cardi and Nicki, and it's only corny because that shouldn't bleed over into the niggas. Like, they really don't really even know each other. You know what I mean? So it's like petty artist beef. You see what I'm saying? I don't. It's really corny if this is what it's coming to. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, you talking to this nigga. I don't know that it's that, but that's corny as shit. If you like, yo, she got beef with her, so I got beef with you. Maybe, but like let that play out. You see what I'm saying? They rapping and doing the media thing. You see what I'm saying? You jumping on live is crazy. It's outrageous.
This is the thing about that though, because you don't believe in the internet. I don't believe in it to it that well, but I believe in it because I just feel this is the way, this is what life is nowadays. It's creating your own reality.
Right.
And this is what people are doing. But the crazy thing about it is this. So this is Nicki Minaj, who's worth triple digits, bottom millions, whatever. She's clearly wealthy. Cardi, in her own right, she's wealthy. She's rich. I ain't saying she's got Nicki's money, but from where Cardi came from,
she's up.
Rich. She's up.
Yeah.
She's up and is stuck. She is up. Now, my thing is this, like you said, let that play out between the women. But Offset's a rapper, successful rapper of the Migos. I don't know what Duke do. He's not even a alleged sex offender. He's registered. Now, I'm not saying his charge, because you don't have to just be dealing with minors to be sex offenders, but it's other things that can be done to put you on the sex registry.
Yes.
So for whatever reason, he's on the sex registry.
Your man, what's it? Designer is a registered sex offender now.
And he was just whacking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. That's crazy to me. Hold on, we gonna get on that, but that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
How the hell you get on the sex registry for masturbation?
Oh, that's indecent exposure. And when you doing it on an airplane with everybody there.
Oh, he did it on the airplane?
Yeah, he was on the airplane with everyone there. Like in the seat.
He had to be high.
Had to be.
Something.
Yeah.
You gotta be high. Because I'm looking like if all it takes is to get on the sex registry is masturbation, I'm in trouble.
Hey, yo, what's your problem?
Yo, I'm just saying. Look here. Sometimes you got to get a nut voluntarily or involuntarily. But a nut will be.
But not in public though.
Oh no, definitely not.
And you know in the air, anything you do on the airplane is federal.
It's federal.
Like he was bugging.
I don't know how horny. I would say horny. Sometimes you got to release, but you got to at least go in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And your designer, you could have got a chick to put you in the Mile High Club. But I don't want to leave the whole Nicki Minaj, Kid Petty thing, because also, and this might be a reach. This is why yourself, for you to reel me back in. This dude is a registered sex on the sex registry. I don't know what this dude does to make his money, this, that, and the third. But Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj. Successful young lady. A lot of these young girls look up to Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
And this is the kind of dude you messing with. Because this is what the young chicks that's following, they're going to mess with these kind of dudes.
Well, I think she was messing with him before she was rich.
So she was messing with him
before Safari.
Word?
He was in jail. Then she was messing with Safari. That's my man. That nigga's crazy. And
put it on any beat. It's an adaption. Running another breath. About action. Your pockets on sim. I'm calling you acting.
Hey, yo. But yeah. Then she, Snake got out of jail and
honey, I'm old.
I guess that's what it seemed like.
But it goes back to still goes back to square one of what I said.
Yeah.
So she held him down. So put it this way.
She held him down. She was messing with mad niggas in between. Like, so he was in jail. She messed with Safari. She messed with Meek. Like, she messed.
But once he got out, he said, all right, you done had your fun. Petty is home.
Okay.
And he put the stranglehold on her, and that was that. And so now you got a sex-registered husband that's on house arrest. It's not going to affect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be that nice mansion they're going to be in.
Right.
He's fine. It's not that. But my thinking is, why even go through this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you done gave the system a lot of your time already. This is, I'm pretty sure he might have went to jail already for some real shit.
Probably. I don't know.
But I know if he's the street dude he's portraying or not, he got to know this was some dumb shit to get 120 days.
But that's what I'm talking about. But like, that's what I'm talking about now. It's hard for older niggas to navigate this kind of thing because, like you said, the internet is just the place that people go. Like, to do these things, like, this is regular shit for young niggas. This would be nothing if this nigga was 25.
Facts.
But he's 45. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it looks crazy at 45. You know what I mean? It looks dumb. Like, if he was one of these young niggas, I'd have been like, nah, it's par for the course. You know what I mean? But it's hard to navigate because he is with a woman that's in the limelight, that is very famous. And, you know, this is what people do. But it just looks, I don't know, it just looked crazy when you know, you got somebody that's over 40 years old on the internet talking about we outside.
The problem is this, like you said, he's 45, and I hate to bring up the ages like that because it's prevalent to what we're talking about, but the whole thing is this, the point we bring up the ages because you've lived in this world without social media.
Right.
That's the difference. I can't blame the 20-year-old or the 25-year-old that this is how they conduct themselves on the internet. Right. Because they don't know a world without social media. So they have to navigate life. They're trying to navigate what's real in life and what's real on the internet. Because I talk to kids in their teens and I ask them how much of the internet is real. They be like 80%. Like that.
Damn.
This is the mentality.
That's cool.
80% of the stuff.
None of that
they
shit
was
is
like,
real.
80% of it is real, 20% is cap. That's why every time I even say the word cap, I'll be like, as the kids say, this is cap.
Yeah, but when you get into this space, which he's not into in the entertainment space, but his woman is, so he's always there. Like, he's posted on the internet. He gets posted on the internet a bunch of times because of his women. So it's harder to find how you fit into the internet. It's kind of like us. We, you know, started doing media. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's still weird to navigate the internet space because I'm just not an internet nigga. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not, it's not natural to me. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't post a lot, because sometimes it seems forced. You see what I'm saying? It's just not natural, and it can come off like how he came off. Like, yo, we outside. Like, yo, it looks crazy. You know what I mean? For a nigga that's over 40 to just be posting, you got to kind of find your lane and how you going to be presenting yourself, how you going to present yourself on the internet. And I think, you know, when you were with a bunch of people that, you know, it just comes off crazy. I don't even think he knew what he was going to say. I think my man went live and then he just said something. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't talking first, but they put the camera on him, and what you do? You gotta say something, right? You know what I mean? It just came off forced and crazy and corny because I don't even understand his beef with Takeoff. But it could be a real beef. I don't know.
All the millions. What are you beefing about? What are you beefing about?
Well, Takeoff did his video. He was laughing and said, y'all niggas is broke. He was cracking up. You know what I mean? Not Takeoff, Offset. Rest in peace, Takeoff. You know what I mean?
Takeoff too.
Yeah.
I think
Offset.
Takeoff too.
Rest in peace. But yeah, he did his joint and was like, he just was laughing at these niggas and calling them broke niggas. You know what I mean? Which now could cause a beef. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now it's like, but what are you supposed to say when niggas is alluding to why you not outside? And he getting off the PJ saying, I'm getting off a PJ, y'all broke. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say if you, Offset? When you see the video, I would have laughed and said the same thing if I'm up all these M's.
Yeah. So Tyler Perry had made a, oops, hold up. So Tyler Perry, he was on an interview and he was saying how he encourages black women to find love with less paid men. I think on the surface it got a lot of flack because they saying black women should do it. So black women already felt attacked.
Right.
Why we gotta settle? Because anytime you say black women and then you put the word less in the sentence, it's always going to be some pushback.
Right.
I have a theory about life with a lot of things. I feel every question has an answer. And that doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
But it's an answer nonetheless.
Okay.
So, and I feel a lot of times there's a lot of things in life where people say the right thing, but don't really believe in that thing. For a small example, I always feel if you go out on the street corner and you ask 10 people at random if they believe in God, 9 out of 10 of the people going to say yes. Without them having to explain why. Just off, do you believe in God? Yes or no answer. No explanation needed. I feel 90% of people will say yes. The reason why I say they will do that is because nobody really walks around saying, I don't believe in God. Now, you can find people that say that.
Yeah.
I got friends that say that. But on average, you'll find most people that'll say that. It's the same thing with that in terms of when finances are brought up in terms of dealing with somebody, whether male or female, it's always you need to find somebody that is going to care about you, that really has your best interest. Everybody knows the answers to say.
Right.
But you don't live your life that way. You see what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people live their life that way. They live it because based off of this is what you want to hear. So when Tyler Perry says, I heard the interview when he was talking about why the less paid man, should be more attentive to. And of course, women are like, nah, why should we settle? You're supposed to be the provider. See, because these words are subgenres within the relationship. Because providing and protection, money really has nothing to do with that. Now, providing part, yes, in terms of buying something.
Right.
But let's just be honest, everybody's number isn't the same number.
Right.
Everybody's number is not the same number. And it's just like, okay, a lot of women feel if a man isn't making the most money in the household, he's not really leading the household. And I think that's one of the biggest strikes in relationships. But since we're talking about within the black community, let's keep it there for a minute.
Okay.
I actually buy into that because a lot of women feel like if the man's not making the most money, then he can't be really the one making all the decisions. And that always goes back to, so when a woman makes all the decisions, you make all the money, why don't you still want to make all the decisions? Because that's not how a woman's wired. A woman is wired to take care of herself, to be independent when she needs to be.
Okay.
But if it's another guy, once a guy is involved, you take on all that responsibility. But you can't beat him down with it. So
I think what Tyler Perry said is easier said than done. So it's complicated and nuanced. So what happens is I do believe that a man should be a provider.
Okay.
But I also believe that a lot of women price themselves out of the market.
I know where you're going with this.
So what happens is a woman starts making all this money and then she looks down on the man that makes a decent salary, right? Because it's not that because he makes a decent salary, it's because she has a certain lifestyle. And he can't provide that lifestyle for you, the same type of lifestyle. Now, if she was living a little, didn't have that lifestyle, then he would be perfect for her because he makes decent money. He can pay a mortgage or he can pay a rent, just can't pay yours. You see what I'm saying? He can pay a car note, just can't pay yours. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is, the reason I say it's easier said than done is because what happens is, so women price themselves out of the market. Now it's only a few men that make as much as them. And now they have to, now what they say is lower their standards and be with this guy. Good guy, makes decent money, has his own everything, but you live a certain lifestyle. So y'all get together and y'all start living that lifestyle, that same lifestyle, because you make the money, you good. Everything is fine until money gets tight. Women will always resent a man when things get tight if they're not the breadwinner. They start saying things like, hey, you should be doing this, you can do that. And what that does to a man is it's a direct shot at his ego. Because now you're saying, I'm not doing my duty as a man. You see what I'm saying? And that's why women who make a lot of money become unattractive to a lot of men. Because it's like, I don't want to have to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? I can just get a woman that makes the same amount or less than me, and then she'll appreciate what I have to offer. You see what I'm saying? Because I can pay a mortgage. I can pay a car note. I just can't pay. We not doing all the stuff that you want to do. I'm not buying you Louis bag every week or a Chanel bag every other week. You see what I'm saying? Those are the things that you can provide. I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing with that. And that's why I say a lot of women price themselves out of the market, because you making all these hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and you live in a lifestyle that's not conducive to having a man that makes $70,000, $80,000 a year. You see what I'm saying?
This is a killer for me too. To add on to what you were saying, this whole, first off, a lot of what you said comes with a caveat for the simple fact it's all subjective. Not everything you said, but we talk about money.
Yeah.
Money's subjective. A good man is subjective. You said like that. A lot of things are subjective in it. But when you said, you talk about the guy that's the Louis bags, the Chanel bags and everything like that. Okay, you get this guy. Why is he dealing with just you? What are you bringing to the table that you deserve these bags every other week and stuff like that? That's the real question.
It's things that come along with that.
Like, yo, look here. The guy, I hear women all the time. I've dealt with women that have told me things like, yeah, I was messing with this one guy who was a millionaire. Hold up. Hold up. No, because I'm not saying that you didn't. But everything you post is talking about the guy gotta have that bag. How are you with the guy that's got the bag, so you claim, but yet y'all didn't work out? And then you wanna, my thing is this is what I don't respect. The bag is tangible.
Yes.
The bag is tangible. So why is it the thing that you claim you want, he had, and all the reasons why you stopped dealing with him, none of those things were tangible. They all were intangibles. The intangibles are the things that you really wanted, but the problem is you didn't put the intangibles to the forefront.
Right.
You put the bag to the forefront.
But yes, and I agree with that with women who don't have a lot of money. The problem lies in, and I think what Tyler Perry was speaking to is the woman that does have money. And he said maybe you should deal with somebody who has a little bit less money than you, because of what you just said. A man who's on their level has the pick of the litter. He can get whoever he wants, and many of them.
He has the pick of the litter, and he's the pick of the litter.
Yes,
two-way street. Go ahead.
He gets to choose whoever he wants to, and it's very few of them. You see what I'm saying? So what he was saying is, you should think about dating some guys that is some pretty good guys that make a little bit less money that you could deal with. And I agree with him, but what I'm saying is that's easier said than done, because, you know, people tend to live outside of their means, whatever that is. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
People tend to live outside of their means. You got hundreds of thousands, you're living like a millionaire. You know what I mean? You got tens of thousands, you're living like you got hundreds of thousands. So what happens is when the money gets tight, if a man is not the breadwinner, women tend to look at him like, what are you doing? You see what I'm saying? Men are logical. Men tend to look at her like, well, you make all the money. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, yo, but, and it's very hard for a person to just make all this money and just give it to somebody to take care of them. Now, there are women that do that. There are women that say, hey, man, I make our money is our money. You see what I'm saying? You make sure we good. You see what I'm saying? But it's very hard to do that for any person.
So do you think it's a case of relinquishing authority when it comes to money? Because the person, this is my theory on it. While I'm talking about the whole relinquishing thing, this is my theory on it. The person that makes the most money is assumed to make the decisions. But when the decision is made and it's the wrong one, you have to shoulder the blame.
Yes.
That's because people can share. We talk about all the time. We all share in the championship. But when it's a loss, one person pretty much takes the hit. You do rarely hear, oh, the team messed up. Like, nah, you're a superstar. What happened? You see it like that. And I don't know if women are equipped to take that hit.
Yeah.
They can take the hit, once again, they can take the hit by themselves. Once they're in a relationship, they don't feel they even need to take that because that's part of providing them protection.
That's what I'm saying.
Shield them from.
That's what I'm saying. Everything is good until it's some turbulence.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I can deal with a man who don't make as much as me until it's turbulence. Money don't mean nothing until it do. Money doesn't matter until it matters. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh man, it don't matter that he make that. We good over here until things get tight. And then it's like, yo, why you should do more. You know what I mean? And then it's for a man, it's like, what happened to what we was good? What happened to that? You see what I'm saying? So I agree with what Tyler Perry said, but I just don't think it's that simple. It's not easy to do.
Yeah. Because I also believe, well, we're just talking about women in general now. I'm not going to keep it limited just to our black sisters. A lot of times I'm glad men don't think like women. And what I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, this whole get somebody on my level. Because I always say the same thing. If it was all about levels, then Will Smith would have never been with Jada Pinkett. He would have been messing with Julia Roberts. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
25 million a movie.
Yeah.
You see something like that, and that's just hard numbers. But if a guy thought, I got to deal with somebody on my level, then why would he deal with Jada Pinkett? And we can go down the list of a lot of guys who they wound up marrying.
Just like you said, women are hardwired for certain things. I think men are hardwired to be providers. That's what we do. We like to take care of people. Like I tell people all the time, like, you think your man don't want to take care of you?
Yes.
Like, yo, he wants to. He may not have the means, but yes, he wants to be a provider. He wants to give you all of the things that you want. You know what I mean? But, he just can give you what he can, I'm
going to tell these ladies like this. Ladies need to leave that word ambition alone. They need to leave it alone because it ain't nothing but a fancy word for trying. That's it. Because, no, for real. Because a lot of women be like, you just got to have some ambition. You can have all the ambition you want. He's just trying for something to happen one way or another. And I don't mean, most things in life you don't control in terms of like products. So like you said, what did you say while we were off air talking about you're not rich, you can only get rich by selling something or providing a service.
Yes.
Now, of course, there's other things involved, but just to keep it simple for that, I say all that to say, some people are just never going to pop a certain way. That's just the reality of a lot of things. You can try. There are people that have tried harder.
Yes.
And things may not have gone. I always like to call it just stay with me for a minute. I always call life has sometimes in life you get the third stairwell. You know what I mean by third stairwell? Now, you do know, remember 9/11?
Yes.
It hit like, I want to say in the 40th floors or something like that. But there were floors above it. Mm-hmm. So when the airplane hit at, there was one staircase that led straight from past the crash site, and it went straight down. This is no cap. You can look it up. It really happened. They said about 7 people got out. They talked about it. Of course, this is before the building collapsed and stuff, but they made it. They were above where it crashed at, and it was a staircase that was untouched. Boom, and they came straight down. Now, granted, that's an extreme because, a lot of people died. But for those 7 people, it wasn't their time. Right. You see what I'm saying? That third the other staircases, nobody can get down. This is when you seen people jumping out windows because the jet fuel was burning their bodies up so much. And you got 7 people just running down the steps, untouched, building is still intact, and they made it out just in time, and they lived. The same theory is that. People are trying. People are trying for things to work. People are working. People are ambitious. But you can fail with so much before it starts chipping away at you. And I say all that to say, women get caught up with the potential of a dude. Now, these dudes ain't the ones with the bag. But you started dealing with him because he had potential. You started dealing with him because he had ambition. Right. You started dealing with him for all the intangible things. But then somehow that gumbo gets mixed up. Now it's all about the bag. Right. And this is where you start playing tug of war and you're getting pulled in different directions. So
I think people get consumed with money. I think, first of all, most people won't be a millionaire. Period.
Say it again.
That's just not going to happen. Most people won't be a millionaire. And I think that people believe in social media. They believe that everybody that they see on social media is millionaires and all of this money is just floating around and everybody is rich and everybody drives Mercedes-Benzes and everybody lives in $1 million condos and $20 million houses and flies first class or private everywhere they go. You see what I'm saying? That's what people really believe. So then they think that you can't live a good life without being a millionaire. But my thing is, I think people should really focus on the things that they appreciate in life and that they want in life. If you like to travel, you can travel. You ain't got to be a millionaire. If you want a house, you can have a house. You don't have to be a millionaire. You want a car, you can be a car. I know a whole lot of people with Mercedes-Benzes that's not millionaire. They drive nice cars. You see what I'm saying? You can have a whole lot of things, and that ambition where it gets you a little bit stuck in trying to do too much sometimes. When you really could just figure out how to. I always tell my wife, I just need to figure out how to get some money. She's like, what are you talking about? You work at, no, I got to figure out how to get some money. You see what I'm saying? I can pay bills. I can go on vacations and stuff like that. But it's a constant thing of, let me figure out how to get some money because I want this. Let me figure out some money because I want this. I'm not consumed with money. I don't need all of the money in the world. I just need to live the lifestyle that I want to live. You see what I'm saying? And that lifestyle, believe me, is not a $400 million lifestyle. As a matter of fact, if I had $400 million, I probably wouldn't spend most of it. I would probably have it in the bank or have it in some investment so I can just live comfortably and wouldn't have to work. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. I just want to not have to work. That's it. You know what I mean? And I will get there. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I think people get consumed with too much this millionaire, the internet. Like, everybody is a millionaire. And when they only see in the highlights.
Yep. Your man Gerald Levert, God bless the dead. Come to find out, they said Kim Whitney. She plays, what does she play on? She played in a few things. The Parkers. I'm pretty sure that's how Monique got into it. But she played in the Parkers. She played in a few other shows. A couple of movies, B-rated movies here and there. They said her and Monique and Gerald Levert used to have threesomes, and one time the bed broke. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, I said, y'all some big motherfuckers. That's for one. So I didn't even see how that was even news. Like the bed broke.
Man, they was having fun, yo.
Look here, put that California King on the floor and go to work. That's it. Like, I'm looking like that. I was like, it must have been a slow day in the office.
Hey, yeah.
I'm looking like, yo, like, seriously? Like, somebody said somebody.
Oh,
that's
man.
why I put out, I was like, yo, so they had a threesome, and, well, you know, Gerald's not here, you know.
Yeah.
But we heard him. He's always said he's not much of a Casanova.
Hey, yo.
Him and Romeo's never been friends. So, but
yeah.
it's Hollywood. That's the kind of stuff that happens. That's what people do.
And why not? Have fun, man. Why not? Have threesomes, foursomes, do what you gotta do.
Foursome is good. I participated in one before.
Word?
Yeah, it was I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
So when I look back, I mean my footage. You got to document that. Like, you don't know. First of all, I only had one. That wasn't like it wasn't so much that it was amazing, but it's just like, sheesh. It is literally three of y'all and me. Or whatever. And you gotta be prepared. I'm saying my thing was, the only thing I was worried about was nothing too fast. But once I got past the initial 15 minutes and the excitement in my head that it was actually going down, I was fine. I was fine at that point or whatever. And, you know, still cool with them young ladies or whatever. I don't push the envelope. I don't, hey, you want to do this again and such and such. It was a moment in time, and you just enjoy yourself how you enjoy yourself.
I ain't mad at it.
Oh, yeah. Colorado got a big game. They got a big game coming up. They play against Oregon. Is it Oregon or Oregon State?
Oregon.
They play against Oregon. And then the following week they got USC.
Yes.
This is a telltale sign for Colorado. Deion's got a lot of attention there. They 3-0, but they're missing Travis Hunter. That's like missing two players because he plays both ways. They've been giving up a lot of points. They've been winning in dramatic fashion. They smacked, I think, Nebraska, stuff like that. But they had some close games. Colorado State, they could have lost that game.
Right.
TCU, they could have lost that game as well. Shador came through, did his thing. The defense did just enough. But if they could somehow win these next two games, they're going to put them in the top 5. They're gonna jump to the top 5.
If they would have to. I don't think that they'll win both games. I think that their skills players are really good. I'm looking forward to see what Deion does to the offensive and defensive line next year.
Yeah,
I think he already bought. I think it was rumored that he was bringing Warren Sapp on.
I thought he was already down.
Yeah. They just need more talent. You see what I'm saying? They're not really big enough on both sides. I think they lose the battle at the line of scrimmage too much.
Yeah.
If they can shore up the line, they can be real contenders. Like they already are good. I'm a fan. I root for them every week.
Yeah.
I watch them every week. I hope they win. I do not think that they'll beat USC. They have a chance to beat Oregon, but it's going to be tough without one of their best players. It's going to be too tough.
The crazy thing is, looking at their O-line and their D-line, you're right. A lot of those players, they need to. I'm not gonna say they need to get their weight up, but
I will. They need to get their weight up.
No, that's not what I mean by that. I get that. Yes, of course they do.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. This is where I'm going with it. They need to concentrate on having the best year they can because they're going to be out of here. Nobody's job is safe on that O-line and D-line.
Yes.
Dion, if he's bringing in Warren Sapp, he's going to start. He's going to know. Like the skill players are going to I feel skill players are going to fall in his lap because they're going to want to play for him.
Yeah.
But them O-lines, let's just call it what it is. Them big white boys, them big, you know what I'm saying, country black dudes coming through. It's going to take a lot more coaching to get those kind of players to come to Colorado. And things are going to be done, you know what I'm saying, to get those kind of players in. And you're not starting. Because if that freshman is coming in, he's 350, you're not starting. You're a junior. You're not starting. Right. So what I'm saying is those O-line men, those D-line men, play as hard as you can. Do what you do. Take all this attention while the media's on you. And hopefully you can get drafted.
Think about the genius of Deion Sanders, though. These guys, think about the experience, the college experience that these guys are having this year. They 3-0. That let's say, even if they don't win another game, right? Right now, at this point, they 3-0.
Yep.
They get all the celebrities in the locker room, all the celebrities to the game, all the nationally televised. Like, if you get busy, like, think about the recruiting that he could do. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's all setting up for Deion to be the greatest sports figure ever.
Yeah.
Like, if he wins a national championship in the NCAA ever, he will probably be the greatest sports person ever.
I can go for that. So prime time, Ocean's View is looking for our tickets to come down to Colorado to get the Boulder. So holla at me. I'm gonna tag you, let you know, get us down there, help brothers out. You know, we can bring about 20 people to the game, but 20 more extra. But yeah, we gonna see what Colorado's gonna do. Ocean, that's Willie Negro. See y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.